Hey folks, welcome to the SFF Workshop. Speaking of workshop, time to build something. In my office I'm currently using a pair of, old pieces of furniture. One is a kit set desk from about 20 years ago, the other is a table of unknown vintage. I'll be basically building this desk out of a few sheets of plywood. The main desk surface is a sheet of, it's supposed to be a premium panel where it is a thicker, high quality plywood with an oak veneer on top. The legs are from a 17mm untreated, just run-of-the-mill New Zealand pine plywood. The three identical legs will be held on using these square section pieces of wood. Generally you'd want triangles when you're building a desk, however I have found this design to be relatively sturdy. Having a leg at 90 degrees to the other two resists motion in all directions. The top of the desk itself is quite a heavy piece of kit. I can't remember the exact thickness, but it is 2400 by 600mm. Yes, metric, deal with it. The joy of peeling plastic off things. The desk itself will be covered in a clear polyurethane varnish, no fancy stains or tints or anything like that. The grain of the oak is quite well pronounced in the veneer and it is basically just a gorgeous wood. The company that I work for during the day has similar displays where the plywood is covered with a clear varnish. It has a oddly natural yet industrial look to it, which I quite like. Just as an aside, I would suggest not following the practices and work that I do in this video. I'm not quite safe with there's no hearing protection, no safety glasses or the like. Just do as I say, not as I do. Yes, there are quite a few screws in this build, but that is all in the name of rigidity. I want this desk to last a while, considering what I paid for the wood, which I'm not going to say because it was a lot. Something I learned during the making of this video is that cameras have a certain limit as to how long they can record for, and about here it stopped recording. Sorry. As I've continued work on the desk after the end of this video, this is a two-part series, I've found that the desk is really strong, more so than I would have expected. I'm really quite impressed with the rigidity of the plywood and the mounting mechanism that I used. I was hoping I wasn't going to have to add any struts or anything like that to help support the desk, but I think I got away with it. I decided to build a desk this size basically to hold two complete systems. One will be my main workstation, which includes a 27-inch monitor and a Sergo SG09 case. Now, this is a micro ATX case, very close to small form factor, so we're okay there. The other half of the desk will be used as my project desk, where I will be able to leave out builds overnight and as I'm working on them for videos in the future. I'll be spending a fair bit of time at this desk, it being my main workstation. I also spend time on our Discord channel, which the link is in the video description, as well as on the SFF Network forum, also linked in the description. Yes, this desk is quite heavy. During my day job I lift an average of 20 to 30 kilo weights, loading pallets and loading trucks. Now I would estimate this desk to be between 30 and 40 kilos, which is quite hefty. However, it should help dampen vibrations as well as provide quite a strong platform for various jobs and work I will be doing. Now to add some style to the desk. There is a building that I drive past twice a week in the city centre of Auckland in New Zealand. This building is quite architecturally unique and has inspired me to design the legs of the desk as this. I will link to the Google Street View of this particular building in the video description, check it out. It was a fair bit of work with the drill, the jigsaw, hand rasps and the sander to get this looking good. I did both the left and the right side. There was no point doing the back side of the desk. Now we're on to the polyurethane varnish. Now I am getting a little bit ahead of myself. I haven't yet finished cutting up the left hand leg. However, it was a gorgeous day and I decided to try and get as much of the coating done while I had the sun out. Quite amazing how much the clear urethane varnish brings out the grain structure in the oak. It will mute over time, but I do plan on buffing and polishing the top of the desk, so the result should be relatively similar to what you see here. Now, this is the first coat. The particular product that I'm using that I got from the local Bunnings warehouse suggests 4 to 8 coats. I'll probably be going with 8. Hey, thanks for watching. The second part of this will be up in a week's time, so while you're waiting, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, of course. Please hit like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the SFF Network forum.